I am translating from my studio, and I am adult content creator. And today I'm answering the questions about women. Okay, woman creating art, woman client, okay, and how in general women feel. Okay, so I will be reading out and then replying. How does a woman feel? Why she is scared to do intimate shoot? Okay, so first of all, women feel from different perspective. First is body, okay? Body, then other reason is mental, right? Is what she can do, what she cannot do, okay? This all the limitations and insecurities, everything comes from our head. But the problems are reflected on our body, and sexuality is that feeling and is that energy that woman can create very easily. Or if there is some difficulties in their body, she takes time. Okay, she takes time to create sexual energy. So these are situations what happens with the woman. Usually they scared to do that photo shoot because it's an unknown experience. This is the first experience. They do not feel safe and secure. Okay, and of course nervous and going into different kind of doubts. Okay, so the most probably biggest problem when shooting couples photo shoot is when the husband wants to take a photo shoot and the woman doesn't. Okay, and the woman doesn't want to take a photo shoot and have this hot and sexy adventure, not because she doesn't love him. Maybe she really loves him, but these insecurities about herself are so strong, okay, that she can't just cope, right? And if the man would understand why, it will be probably easier to help her to go through this experience. Because you see, when you let yourself go and open up to your body, to your age, to your love, to your sexuality, to your intimacy, and to fantasies that can connect both of you in the relationship, then that happiness is just around the corner. Okay, the most relationship and the most problem in a relationship happens because of that, because of this intimacy not insinuated by the certain event, right? But this intimacy and sexuality is present all the time. Okay, so people can feel sexual connection and intimacy without even doing anything much, right? Cooking or just going for shopping, and people don't feel that, right? And go as friends and be in a friend zone. Very often, relationship. You see, get off the track. There is a very big record about couples getting off the track, and the sexuality and sexual energy and intimacy and connection is the first thing what couple experience, right? They are missing each other. They're missing this intimacy and they're missing that connection and trying to compensate, right? Compensate with other things in their life. But all they need is that, right? To be together and to be not bounded with those past memories or even present life, right? If you was a very hot and sexy girl before and you have a big family, 3 children, and your body changed, that would be the first reason why. Okay, because you would like to make that movie, video, or amazing pictures, but you are not looking like that anymore. Okay, so there are many things what's stopping woman at this particular time, right? So maybe she is in the certain mood, okay? Maybe she is in the certain worry. Because you see, when people are absolutely happy, right, in their life, they have a great sex, okay? They have a great intimacy. And you can see those people when they have a great sex life. You can see and you can recognize by the facial expression, right? When the couple is coming to the studio, I could see on which level or which phase they are in at that moment. And couple can fall out of love and again fall into love. Okay, I've been witnessing this, and I believe that everyone should understand that there is a way. Okay, there is a way, and very often couples will split up and find another way, okay, and end up in the same situation again and again. So that's how it goes. It goes from understanding yourself, loving yourself, and accepting yourself, okay, and exposing yourself in front of the camera. This is the only way to understand it, how to overcome this, okay, how to love yourself. I believe my maybe approach was towards very complicated situations when people great looking don't like themselves and hate themselves. And I'm talking about women now, right? So that by creating art and art with their body and show their beauty, they would see it in a different way. Okay, and art is a powerful thing, and people cannot love art. Okay, they can maybe don't understand it, right? But art has to touch their souls. That's the most an important probably job. If you're creating art, it has to do something, right? So creating art with woman body and sexuality and giving them confidence is probably one of the ways you can achieve this via photo shoot, or even taking pictures of your wife. Okay, but you need to make a good pictures, right? So that's the thing. So next question is how to be connected to her body and energy in erotica. Here probably they're asking how to connect body and energy in the erotica. So usually you need to move. Okay, movement creates an amplitude, movement creates a vibration, movement creates you. If you are like a really guru, you don't need to move, you can just create it, right? But I'm just saying, people who are just starting out and creating erotica, I always say they have to move and they have to feel. You know, you can actually visually see when something is happening sensual inside their body. It is obvious. Okay, they of course can fake and can pretend and can play out, but usually it's obvious when you have an experience, different body reacts in a different way. I can tell, and if you have a long experience, you could tell that as well. Okay, but usually by the movement you create a sensual energy, and if you are a mature person, you know how to control it. That's another thing why people should go and try this experience, because of their maturity levels. They will understand where they get scared, when they get catch themselves on the doubting and on the second thought. This is just an erotic photo shoot and creating art about their body, but they overthink and think that there's something really terrible happening to them. Okay, like really scared, really nervous, really, oh my gosh, what someone will think, or what will happen now, or what I'm doing, or these situations come and the mind is scaring you from the childhood, okay, times when we were suppressed and we do not allow to express any sexuality, and we grow up as a children not to educate it in that way. Okay, so when you're a mature woman, you kind of have this, you know, childhood maybe situations coming back, and this affects relationships. This affects relationship in a sexual aspect, an intimate aspect. When she thinks that this is shameful to do, or this is embarrassing, or this is, you know, not right, or this is not her, or she's don't do it, then, you know, again, situation can happen in the relationship, right? Literally on the sexual basis, but just touching the moments and the memories from the past, right? So this can arise during the photo shoot. Many things arise during the photo shoot because body is insecure, it's undressed, right? So woman experiencing many things during that photo shoot, right? But she also can lead herself to a pleasure, can stimulate herself, can play and can enjoy, and that would be the most maturest photo shoot ever, because then she would be proud of herself. Okay, so leaving photo shoot not to be scared and ashamed and oh, how dare you know what your mom will think, and you're already 50 years old and you're caring what your mom will think, right? So these type of, you know, situations I've seen happening, and I've seen happening successful shoots, and I've seen happening unsuccessful shoots, but most of all are successful. Okay, because people will go through this experience, know themselves more, understand themselves more, see themselves, be able to work with the professional towards certain goal, towards making art and being creative with your body and with your sexual expressions. Okay, and how many adults can say that they can do that? Okay, so there are not many studios who will do that service. Okay, and these are very unique and special experiences, right? Because the photographer is also in none of the schools or colleges prepare the photographer for actually to go through the sexual experience with their clients. Okay, they are creating very limited staged and focused on certain thing shoots. Okay, but not focused on the sexual experience itself. Okay, and how to choose sexual experience, what kind of the options are, and how to stimulate, how to lead sexual experience. Okay, what to do with it, right, during the photo shoot, because you can undress person and you can take a lot of naked pictures, but it does not mean that the person actually went through those stages, okay, of being insecure and maybe shy and maybe awkward and getting into, bravery zone, and then even acting out and suggesting something, and then going forward and performing for yourself, right? Knowing what to do. That's the final probably stage of the experience, okay, in the photo shoot. So these type of moments happen in my studio and women can experience that. Okay, why men like to have an experienced woman, or why this escort business is so popular, because there are a lot of experienced women in there with their bodies, and they express their sexuality, okay, and they know how to do it, right, and they more open-minded, and that's exactly what we're preparing for our woman, to be more open-minded and understanding towards yourself. Okay, and that's why we create those memories in my studio and make them all yours. Give them all. It means that all the artwork that we will make will be yours, so that you can learn from your own experience how you developed yourself being in a certain emotion and a certain phase, and how you developed and matured through the whole session, right? And energy and body combination in that session would be the probably main achievement, okay, if you reached for yourself, because you see, no one else but you will be feeling and reliving those moments what happened to you in the studio. That's why we're making this so special. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I am that person who explains how to do it, what to do it, and lead it to the result. Okay, and that's everything is possible to happen, and including sexual energy. You can create sexual energy anywhere. Okay, it is not something that you are not able to do. You go behind the corner. If you have a great partner, you can create a sexual energy by the kiss, near the how to say, near any supermarket with, and going inside already with a sexual energy charge. Okay, so people are looking very reserved into this energy, but energy which created in a different way explores different sexualities, right? And of course, energy which we produce in a sexual way, they reflect it in your body. Okay, it counts towards your satisfaction about your life, right? Because when you adult, you have to have a satisfaction. When you're a child, you're playing with your friends, right? That's your satisfaction. When you adult, you have different kind of games, and that's our sexual fantasies, and that's our sexual games that all the adults want to play. Okay, and being scared and insecure and how to say, doubting and so on. These are the negative emotions that transferred into your adulthood through the childhood memories. Okay, and sex should be different. Okay, in the adult's position, it should be very brave, very encouraging, very stimulating, and very open-minded and very goal-oriented. Very often people go into those sexual adventures hoping that someone else will do it for them. Okay, someone else will come and take a lead, someone else, they don't want to do it. Okay, they're waiting till someone else will start. Okay, and so on. So there are many different ways you can approach it. And when you are in a partnership, it's better you mix it up and experiment, right? Not to stuck and not to be on one level with a partner. That's the whole sexuality game based on. Okay, lifting up and level up the experience. Okay, and women play a very big part in this sexuality, because very often they've been reserved and they are holding and not releasing it, right? So sexual photo shoot and undressing in front of the camera and experiencing these moments, that's what gives them that confidence. Okay, is there a mental fantasy and seduction, or actual physical role play and touch? You see, everything starts from mental fantasy. Okay, preparation mode, or preparation for a photo shoot is a mental fantasy when we discuss this. Okay, we will dress this, we will do that, we will move this way, we will think about this, and so on. So that is starting with the mental fantasy, right? And then it goes into your body, and of course you start playing with yourself, playing with your partner, but it starts a game. You can't just make an erotic photo shoot without action. Okay, just sitting in there for 2 hours without action will be no fun. Will be all the same picture. Okay, so moving around and doing something fun with your body, experimenting, exposing, using toys, props, that's how you go through your insecurities, being busy during the photo shoot. Okay, so it's not about only the body, it's not about only the mind, it's not about mental state, it's about actually distracting yourself from negative thoughts or kind of insecurities, right? And just diving into the playroom, right? When you letting children into the sand pit, they start straight away playing with the sand. Okay, they don't have any mental second thoughts. They see the sand, they playing. That's exactly how I approach my photo shoots at the studio. Okay, if I see that the person doesn't know, okay, doesn't know, and it's confused, very rarely I see people who absolutely know what they're doing. You have to be 5 times here. Okay, just logical that you can't be great poet with just learning ABC in the studio, right? And I'm not saying that it is not possible to have great and successful shots. That's why you have a photographer. But to make the whole shoot, wow, successful, that's, how to say, for professionals and for people who has experience, and the experience on the both sides. Okay, not just responsibility on photographer's side, but experience on the part which is participating, my clients, couple, right? So the better they perform, the better footage I make. Okay, the better energy they display, the better footage I make. Okay, if the woman is, for example, shooting all nervous and scared and paranoid, she will make me paranoid. Okay, that's exactly what I shoot. Okay, so these emotions are contagious. Okay, and I am just saying it is very important to understand, right, that there is a fraction and friction between me and the client. And if everything is all life experience, right, and everything is guided and leaded, I still have to tell this that how to say, women need to be prepared more for the photo shoot. Okay, in terms of posing, in terms of presenting themselves, they just come, they usually drop in into the studio and they don't know. They don't know what happened, they don't know what is gonna be, they kind of heard about something, right? But they have not done anything with their body. Okay, they didn't move, they didn't, didn't practice or anything, right? And photo shoot is about practice. It's not about just you sit down and sit on one place. Even if you sit on one place, you have to show 50 different sitting options, okay, to have a great shoot, right? So that's what we start from, okay, from learning how to do the shoot properly, right? So that's what I'm saying, and you go straight away into feelings and emotions and sexuality. So when the full shoot happens, commence, they learn, okay, at the end of the shoot, they learn how to connect their body with their sexuality. But at the very first moment, we just connect body with their, uh, with their personality, okay? Because that's the most probably important thing, to be very authentic and to be you and to be very real, okay? And then understand what it is you who is sexy, okay? That's the second step. For women, we try to show that step up their sexy side, and I help them. Okay, I help them with my samples. I show them how to do, right? And that's how we do it. Slowly, slowly going into posing. And after the posing, maybe they can already be able to connect with their sexual body, with their mind, and with their energy. Okay. So it's not happening straight away. If you would think that you would come for a photo shoot and on the shot 2 or 3, you're already joining with the sexual energy. It's actually a process and it takes time, and usually it takes 2 hours. Okay, for some people even 6 hours, okay, to be joined with their sexual energy, but everyone can do it, okay, and it's there for them to use it, right? Okay, energy transformation. That's what I was wanted to talk about. So sexual energy being in your body, you holding to it, you can transform it, you can release it anytime. You can lift it up, you can put it down, you can control it, right? And everything what in adulthood you will experience, it goes through the sexual energy. This is how we accept people around us. Okay, this is how we fancy people, right? Our energy matches. And this is how we feel competition or something, right? So that's how we get stimulated, okay, through the sexual energy. And of course, through the money energy, okay? And they are very similar. How do you connect and feel the energy in your body? Okay, so like I said, this is a process. It's not that you will go and jump unless you practice this. And in the studio, we go through the step. Different people get different tests and different map to follow, right? But the leading A and B point is going to be the same. They're starting somewhere and then they're going to achieve these results, and photography and video is going to be a witness. Okay, it's a documenting that fact that this is happening and that this one was achieved. Okay, and then people can see for themselves how it looks like. Okay, so that's the process. What's my motivation and inspiration for erotic photo shoot? My motivation and most inspiration is probably came from the sexual blogs. Okay. I was very rebellion towards many things in life, in sex, and now at the moment we think and we maybe learn most of the time from adult channels. Okay, it's never been educated properly, and we learn from friends, from the street, from movies and from other stuff, right? But not someone who would explain us how it is and what it is a sexuality, okay? And sexuality was born with you, but actually you step into that sexuality around, depending on people, but let's say around 20 years old, okay? You're just stepping into the first phase of a sexuality where you can actually get experience things, right? And when you can actually how to say, active, sexually active. When you were a child, you didn't know what that is, be sexually active, although sexuality was there, forming you already, okay? And the way you went through your childhood, that's what is reflected in your fantasies and in your bedroom. Okay, but there is other channels and there is people knowledge that can fulfill, okay, this missing gap in education and in the relationship and understanding of your fantasies and understanding of your interest, okay, towards your partner and in general towards yourself, okay, and why certain things stopping you, okay, why you, if you ask yourself why you're not having, a great sex life. Okay, because if everyone will have amazing, great, intimate life, then there will be no divorce and will be more people marrying and there will be more couples. Okay, so that is a very interesting topic for me to understand what's happening sexually, okay, with couples. And that's what I went for an investigation, starting from cheating, starting from, how to say, in general, why people, you know, having these issues, and I have my own experience as well. So watching a lot of couples and seeing all that information on the energy level, it just gave me a lot of knowledge. Okay, that's why I want to share this knowledge. And I know that it's going to be useful for many people who are going through some kind of a struggles. Okay, and the first struggle what they go is the struggle with themselves. Okay, with themselves and with their sexuality. And that's why there is a struggle elsewhere. No matter to what relationship they will go, no matter how far they will travel, they will create the same sexuality struggle with the different partner. Okay, because that's what something what they need to resolve with themselves. Okay, there is some childish traumas in there living, and that's why you've attracted to certain match, for example, or that's why you're interested in certain ways to be intimate, and that's why you are not developing, that's why you're not trying anything new, that's why you're not talking about this, that's why you're, maybe hiding. There are many reasons why people not having intimate relationship. Okay, but that's not, not how we're supposed to be. Okay, that's not how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to have a great happy life. Okay, in that great happy life there is a family and there is a relationship. Okay, and if something is broken, then of course it's not working, right? But for me, maybe the biggest achievement was to work with the couples who can show me that it is working and it is possible and they have it, right? And because I've seen this and I know this, that's why I'm here to talk about. Okay, because there are many people broken. Okay, no, seriously broken, right? And when they get that information, they can actually put everything into the places. Okay, and I've been in these situations, seriously. I've been in all of them, being a child, being a mom for someone, being, like, oh my gosh. Okay, that's why people don't have relationship, because if you become your mom, he doesn't want to have a relationship with your mom. Okay, and so on. And these type of things. Okay, role play. That's why I've experimented a lot with the role play, because you playing roles in your life. Okay, everyone has a role as a society, maybe as a mom, as a daughter, as a husband, as a friend, as a wife, as a social or whatever. How you would imagine yourself, these are all roles, and you're playing certain role. And if you are in a child's role, the child doesn't have a sexual energy. Okay. Seriously. Seriously, and not everywhere you should play that sexual role. For example, at your work, okay? That's a totally different role play. So that's what I'm saying. But in the relationship, the only way is to get into that sexual role, okay? If you go into that sexual role, then your relationship will work out, okay? And women very often experiencing this, right? And have consequences after they stop being sexual with their partners, and vice versa. Okay, when the partners are being very busy and not giving, enough attention. So both parties need to come to some kind of solution after they receive this information and message that this could be fixed, which is amazing. Okay, what your motivation, I just said, it is an amazing topic, and it can lead a lot of couples to you to getting back and staying back, okay, being together. How many women have erotic energy and desires, but it's not so easy to discuss and share. That's what I'm saying. The first of all, people need to release that sexual energy in themselves, to work on that, instead of expecting that someone will bring something, okay, deliver something, give them something, okay, show them something. They need to open that energy channel, okay? And when we open energy channel, then the photo shoot happens, okay? Photo shoot doesn't happen erotically if the channel is not open. The woman is still, she doesn't feel, it's like, she's sitting in that sack. Okay, she don't feel it. She don't move. She just, she's not owning that energy. You could just feel it. So you need to pump, push, and there is always another person to stimulate. She can borrow that energy. That is important, to have a sample of someone who knows what it is. Okay, so that's what a desires, and that's what the showing energy gives you. Okay, if you shared once already your desires with someone, okay, you already open that channel. Okay, you already practice once. You are able to practice this with your person who you love. Okay, if that's the problem. Okay, so that's another thing what is important to think about, right? The photo shoot, erotic photo shoot, is about opening up, is about giving. Okay, it's about telling the things about yourself, how you are. Okay, for yourself, for the sake of yourself, not lying to yourself. Okay, being true to your body. And the most important thing what women do not understand is that they experience different weight fluctuations, or a body even fluctuations through the age. And if they understand that this is normal, that this is what they need right now, that this is the great gift, that the body transforms themselves, stores something, like protects, you know, gather the energy and everything. If you would understand this, that this happens for your own sake, that the body is not your enemy, that you don't need to find it, you don't need to torture it, and you don't need to do anything bad to it, right? Just give love, okay, and accept love, right? And it will be very easy. People want to lose weight before the photo shoot. Who cares? This is like sexual energy transformation, right? It's not about how many inches you on the left or on the side. Okay, it's about how you express, how you feel, how you are as a human, how you are as a personality, how you are as an individual. Okay, this is you making that photo shoot for yourself. You're not gonna measure. Okay, you're not gonna measure. You're not gonna. That's very important to see yourself in a new way. Okay, through the perspective of the art. Okay, and make yourself perfect in your new eyes. Okay, how to start a creative job like that? There is something sexual, and the people want, yes, people are attracted to sexual content because they're looking for information. They're missing of many information. That's why they're attracted. They want to see and they want to consume it. To start the job with it, you really need to understand, or you're making this as a business, which is going to be one thing you choose and one thing you do, and you will be successful business. Okay, just learning one ways, okay, and producing that, right? My job came from probably my callings and my past experience. Okay, and I understand that my calling is a little bit bigger than just do an erotic photo shoot. Okay, this erotic photo shoot for many years drew me to these conclusions, that I understand that people experimenting with their bodies, with their insecurities, and with being open, true, and putting some time to it and effort to it, right? They can resolve a lot of issues for themselves sexually, just having a cameras at home. Okay, that's probably the first message I could say. Someone who wants to do it professionally, of course, they will have a totally different impact, just because there is a person who understands how to create this artwork, sexual artwork, how to lead people. People who come to the photo shoots, they usually don't get ready, they're not preparing anything, they know that everything will be sorted for them, they will be told, they will be asked, they will be moved, they will be posed, they will be directed. That's what they expect, and usually that's exactly what happens. But the most successful shoot is when people already doing this 3 or 4 times. Okay, that's the fact. You know, that's the fact. You just know how to get out of it 100% and be on that point and get ready for the shoot, okay? It is totally different first time when you are just, oh, what to do, where to go, you know, like that, right? But you need to have it first time. You can't just jump straight away into the second time without trying it first time. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, photo shoot, an erotic photo shoot is an experience. Yes, you will reach the bonus, you will get the results. Okay, and those results will be images and videos, great, hot, sexy looking images as a proof. Okay, but to create hot and sexy images, you would need to go through the experience. Okay, very often people are, considering to have few shots. Why they need 300 shots of nude pictures of themselves? Okay, and it is a very simple answer why. Because to get into those great shots which are happen at the end of this setting or session, right? Not at the beginning. At the beginning you are not turned on. Okay, you just starting to be turned on. You can't just start from the cum shot. Okay, people understand this when I say cum shot. Okay, cum shot when you just get yourself aroused, stimulated, and you have to have a process, usually, right? If it's not too early, you have to go through the process and then to have a cum shot, right? The same with sexual energy. You have to have some kind of a process in your body happening. Okay, someone is in there. Okay, I am with the camera stimulating experience, right? And dressing in front of someone, the people feel stimulated. Okay, and at that time when they feel stimulated, they start producing sexual energy, regardless, okay, if there is anything sexy around them or not. If they undressing, they start producing. And if there is someone like me who is encouraging and telling that they're doing this right, okay, they will move more. And I will show them, and we will, in the studio, we will just synchronize this to the level that we need, okay, that we discussed. So erotic photo shoot is the way, okay, everyone can access it, everyone can do it, can check their sexuality, how far they can go in front of the camera, what they think of their footage, okay, what they think about themselves. Okay, very often people even don't shoot, okay, and if they shoot, they don't like themselves. Okay, so that is the first indication. Okay? If you do not like yourself, okay, then imagine if you don't like yourself, then you think that something is wrong with yourself. If you think that something is wrong with yourself, your body will withhold sexual energy, because sexual energy is translated only when you are really good, okay, with yourself. Okay, you're ready to mate, you're ready for party, you're ready for some adventure. Only then it's been translated, okay? So if you constantly worry and think that something is wrong with you, it's automatically being suspended inside of you, okay? So that's what I'm gonna say today about the woman and about in general how they feel. I encourage women to experiment with themselves. This is the only way how to overcome, okay, and bring yourself to a happy, intimate sexual relationship. Because most of the time the problem is in your body. Maybe you think that this partner doesn't do something or shouldn't be different. There are so many women who would say, oh, I've tried this and I've tried this and I've tried that. Great, you've tried many things with him. Have you tried anything with yourself? Okay, just try to change yourself so that the partner will create, you will create for your partner a different stimulation. Not the same stimulation, but different stimulation, which comes from yourself. That's why very often I suggest to experiment with hot and sexy models. Okay, because if people struggling to understand sexual energy, they're waiting that someone will provoke, okay, that from that, happening. And that's what the erotic models do. They come and they play with their client and they create sexual energy without any effort. It just happens automatically. Okay, you just pay attention, you just touch, and you just smile, and that's where the motor is starting. Okay, so that's how I come up with photo shoot and hot and sexy models, that people will understand that this is action taking that matters, and that's how we can achieve results, only by doing something. Okay, you can listen and you can talk, but you never be a tennis player from the book that you're reading, right? You need to experiment with your sexuality to be sexually experienced. Okay, and people think that they will start from someone else and they will experiment, and that's one of the ways to experiment with someone and understand what you feel about it, right? But if the woman comes to a photo shoot, we experiment with that, okay, with that what we've got, and it's her body and it's her fantasies, okay, or we invite a hot and sexy model. Okay, that's two options for a woman for a photo shoot. Okay, so I am here talking about sexuality, about erotica, about sexual art, about experience, okay, and about amazing photo shoot that's happening in my studio. And I am sharing situations when couples doing the photo shoot and what kind of the zone and stuff they've created here, okay, and why they come and what they would like to know. So today I've answered some questions for women, about the woman, and next time I will be talking about guys. Okay, guys, so thank you so much and stay with me. Bye.